I'm Steve, and this is CC Garage. Hello YouTube and welcome back. Well, in the last video, we got the bed sides off. So today, we're going to start with cutting the bed down. Right here is where the front header panel would be. So we got to take 12 inches from the front to here. And then in the back, we have to go 8 inches from back here to here. We're going to have to figure out a way that we can separate the bed frame from the sill that's under it. And then we're going to have to recreate this cut and these holes over here or wherever the 8 inches ends up. So got a little bit of work to do. We'll cut it down. I got a different set of wheel wells because at some point somebody tried to weld these in. They had a piece of plate on here that obviously rusted off, and I had to cut some of it off so I could get the bolt out. I did cut some of it off so I get this bolt out that was right there. And then same thing on this side. This is all welded in, so I gotta finish cutting that off. I have a different set of wheel wells out of my 71 parts truck. The truck is super rusty, and the only parts that are good on the bed are the parts I need, which is pretty cool. So stay tuned and we're gonna get cutting this. So I think what we're gonna do, I already have a bristle brush. I cleaned off about where the line's gonna go. I just grabbed a can of paint here. I'll go ahead and do a light coat of white, and then I'm done out here for tonight. So this will dry, and then tomorrow I can come out here. Bentley quit. Tomorrow I'll come out here, I'll draw my line, and we will cut the excess off. So. So it's day 2 out here. What we're gonna do is, I got a paint marker. We're gonna mark out 12 inches from the very front same thing on this side. And I'm going to use this 2x4 as a straight edge. And that will be our cut line. And that will be the back that we cut. We've got our 4.5-inch angle grinder. We're just going to go ahead and cut down this line that we traced. And that'll get rid of the 12 inches that's too much on the front. Okay, so what we got to do now, since we cut off the 12 inches up here, we got to make new holes. Chop up. So, good thing we painted it white, because now we have a little bit better visibility. Now we're going to come to the back. We got to recreate this where the bedside bolt's on. So come over 2 7/8.
Well, I guess the crank pulley isn't getting painted. Either that or I'm going to have to do a lot of masking in order to do it. Come back. Come on. I'll bring it back.
There isn't a switch for out there, you just got to walk out.
Oh.
slight change of plan. Originally, I cut this back off. It's 8 inches because you got to shorten the bed 8 inches. So I cut that off. I was going to try to take the rear sill off and then attach it to this, which is why I cut that out to match the factory one. But I think what I'm going to do is take another 8 inches off, and then I'm just going to weld that back on. I don't really care too much about this bed floor. It's just a temporary, just so I can get the truck back together. Because during the fire, probably can't tell on camera, but this bed is pretty warped. There's a couple rust holes in it. Like right there's one I'll probably try to patch. And then up here, there's a couple I'll probably try to patch. And then obviously the wheel wells, but those are in better shape on the 71, so I'm gonna grab those. Especially this one, because somebody tried to fix this at one point, and they welded a plate in here over top. And then back here they did the same thing. So when I had to take the bolts out, or when I had to get to that bolt, this plate actually went all the way over, so I had to chop it and grind it and get out of my way. There's actually another bolt right here. I had to cut the plate out of the way so I can get to. And I'm guessing right here there's another one. But like I said, this is just for the experience, I guess. So you guys can kind of get the point if you're trying to save some money. So it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be good enough for now. I mean, I might keep it this way for a while, but plans are eventually I'd like to get a new bed floor, but I also really want to get this truck on the road, so I'm cutting a little bit of corners now to make more work for myself later. But that's kind of what happens when you get into projects that are going to cost a lot of money that you don't have. So for cutting the 8 inches, this time I actually found my chalk line. So what I'm going to do is measure 8 inches, chalk it, and then I'll go grab my angle grinder with the cutoff wheel on it. So stay tuned. So there's actually a brace right there, and I think I'm like right on the vertical part of it. So what I'm going to try to do is flip the bed upside down and just try to cut right on that crease. got that all cut. So we're gonna go ahead, got this cleaned off. We're gonna go ahead and tack it there, and then that'll let us adjust it. And then every, I don't know, maybe every other ridge, or whatever you wanna call them, every other one, we'll go ahead and tack it and get it all lined up. Try to get it as flat as we can. And then we'll get the rest of it cleaned up and weld it. Well, that's pretty much it for cutting the 8-foot backs down to a 6.5 foot, or 6 foot, whatever you want to call it, short bed to long, or long bed to short bed. So pretty much, well, my bed's all warped because it was in that fire, but I'm just going through and trying to match them up the best I can, and then tacking. But there's a lot of spots, like right here where the bed's pretty beat up. I'm gonna have to go underneath and beat that up to get it to match up. But it's on there pretty good. I still got to take the wheel wells off, obviously, and replace them with the other wheel wells I have. So I think that's it for this episode, so stay tuned.